Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Ascendant. Welcome to Reigning Tarot. For those who are new to my channel, thanks for coming out and checking out the channel. If something doesn't resonate with you during the reading, don't sweat it. It wasn't meant for you at that moment. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. For those returning, I truly appreciate all the support and the likes and shares and subscribing to the channel. It truly does help the channel grow and keeps my mug around a little bit longer and helps me on my journey, and hopefully I help you on yours as well. So I already blessed and purified the cards, so we'll just do a quick prayer and then we'll get right into your reading. God, Goddesses, Universe, help me to be of service to the Sagittarius. Help me share with them thoughts and ideas that will make them happy, healed, and the best version of themselves. And so it is. Okay, Sag, so I drew one from the Energy Oracle to get an overall energy for you. And you received the number 50, Angel of Strength. Okay. So this amazing angel brings the news that this is a time of increasing power for you, Sagittarius. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and to take action on your own behalf. So you're capable of taking great control and directing your own destiny there, Sagittarius. For the power that comes from within you reaches out to the universe and beyond. So inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flow through you at this time. So helping you to create real results there, Sagittarius. So call upon this wonderful angel and on your own inner resourcefulness to bring you the forces, to bring you the focus and resolve to do what's necessary in order to make your dreams a reality there, Sagittarius. So that's a great card to start with. So for an affirmation there, Sagittarius, you can say this with me if you'd like. Deep within me is an abiding strength that knows no bounds. I have all the power I need to achieve all that I want, and so it is. Right on, Sag. Okay, so I also drew one from your Divine Guidance. Okay, Sag, and you drew the number 1 card, and this is all about being an angelic being. Okay, this card. So you're an angelic being, Sagittarius. Your angelic being has been with you since the day of your birth and will continue to be with you when you cross through the veil and return home. Your angelic guardian is asking you to look for signs and synchronicities. They're trying to communicate with you right now. In a whisper of a gentle guidance, you may hear your name being called, feel a subtle touch of a feather or a tender tickle. You may see a sign on a billboard, a magazine, or even on TV. So keep your awareness open to the messages that they're bringing to you, their Sagittarius. Okay, and if you start paying attention to like synchronicities with numbers, or you'll see like when you're aware of it and you're actually looking for it, it'll trip you right out. Like it's amazing. But you have to be aware of it. And, like I always say, if you don't ask for guidance and help and, you can't get any there, you're not going to get any help, right? You need to ask for it. And so, I get up every day and just being a little bit humble and asking for a little bit of guidance. And then at the end of the day, giving a little bit of thanks. You'll be amazed what happens when you do that on a regular basis. So, I suggest why not try for a week. What do you got to lose, right? And if you do that every night, well then that's even better. Okay, guys. So I also drew one from your guardian angels. Okay, and you received the angel belief, and that's the number 3 card. So you received this card because your angel belief has heard your questions about life after death. At times, do you have questions about what will happen to you once you leave this earth? Do you worry whether or not your belief is strong enough to connect you to the angelic realm and spirit realms where you are upon the earth? So have you lost a loved one? Do you question whether or not your loved one is still a part of your life, even though you know that they are no longer amongst the living? So your angel of belief is here to reassure you and to allay all of your fears about what happens to you or your loved ones after life ends here on earth at their Sagittarius. So a lot of people don't know this, but everyone is welcome with open arms into the spirit world after their transition from this life into the next. Your angel wants to let you know that once a loved one crosses over to the spirit realm, they'll be in safe hands during and after their transition. So during your time of grief, your angel of belief will be by your side to assist you while you become accustomed to life after your loved one passes. So your angel will help you to pay attention to many signs and symbols from your loved ones to let you know they are safe and well in spirit in your times of need and during your triumphs and challenges. So once a loved one crosses into the spirit realm, it doesn't mean that they have stopped loving you or being part of your life. The angel of belief will give you all the support and strength that you need to believe there, Sagittarius. So for an affirmation, I have the belief that my loved ones in the spirit world are safe. I understand that after this life ends, my spiritual journey will continue into the spirit realm, and so it is. So, Sag, you have the faith and belief that your loved ones are in the safe hands and in the spirit world, and as they said, everyone is welcome into the spirit realm with open arms, and usually, your guardian angel or your guardian angel is the one who makes that transition with you and will bring you to the spirit world, right? So pretty sure it's your guardian angel. I'll have to look into that though. Okay, Sab. So for your reading, I'm gonna put these aside for now. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and then your animal spirit guides for clarifiers. If you have a question that's been on your mind, just at the end of the reading, I'll answer that with the angel answers. Okay, so you can think about it. If you don't have a question, maybe think about something you'd like answered, and we will answer it. So we're doing a 5-card spread, and in your first position in the 5-card spread is your current situation, and you received the number 9, Seek. Probably getting a pretty glare from that, eh? Here, I'll try to close these differently. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, we're getting the number 9, Seek. Put that there. So sometimes individuals become so engrossed in a relationship or wanting a relationship that all perspective is lost there, Sag. The relationship becomes their world and they lose sight of themselves. So this card suggests that it is now time to take a step back, either from a relationship or from the desire for one, and go on an internal quest to rediscover yourself, Sag. One of my favorite sayings is there can't be a we until there's a me. So if this resonates with you, it's time to have a dialogue with your higher self and your guides about who you are and what you really need in life. You may be surprised by the answer, Sag, okay? So this is also a good time to physically retreat from your busy life and relationships. Attending a spiritual retreat would be optimal. However, simply finding some time for solitude and introspection can be just as beneficial. So take a walk in nature and quiet your mind and listen for messages from the birds and trees. Give yourself the gift of a daily 5-minute meditation. Seek deeper meaning for you about what your role relationships play in your life. You may feel that you need your assistance in your quest for greater understanding regarding what you need in a relationship or even how to handle a specific relationship. So finding a guide or mentor who is knowledgeable in matters of the heart and converse with that person. So for an affirmation, I take time for solitude and introspection. Okay. So like I said, for the clarifiers, I'm using the your animal spirit guides. So for clarifier for the Seek card, you receive the Cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. Okay. So when on the spiritual path there, Sagittarius, it's easy to idolize what being spiritual means. It can become a rigid mental imprint on which you judge anything that varies from your conceptualization of what being spiritual is supposed to be about. So this includes not only another person's practices and beliefs, but your own. So falling short of this idolism is leads to either assuming a righteous or arrogant position with others, or when self-imposed, elicits guilt and shame. So the spiritual perfectionism can make you resent about enjoying the pleasures of the material world. as well as those of your physical body. So the earth herself provides a dazzling and sensational panorama of experiences to be directly encountered through the physical senses. Yet for many, truly enjoying the pleasures of the senses of sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell can be fraught with worry and anxiety and guilt and shame, products of earlyhood childhood, religion, or cultural conditioning. So Sagittarius, others become so entangled in the world of the senses that it becomes their god, and their spiritual core is lost to materiality. So to be polarized in one direction or another takes you either to lofty heights and iridescent abstractions that are completely underground, or else causes you to become caught up in the glue of the mundane world without the guiding light of spirit to provide a locus of authority. So when the blessings of your awareness, you can redirect your thoughts and actions towards that which brings you greater balance and fluidity between the two polarities there, Sagittarius, okay? So for your second position in the 5-card spread is your desires there, Sag, okay? And you received, oops, sorry about that, the number 7, awaiting results, okay? I'll put that there. So you put much energy into creating and attracting the relationships you desire and are eager to see a positive result. There's Sag. Patience is needed, however. Reshaping attitudes and beliefs takes time, so refining yourself so that you'll attract just the right person is a process. If you find yourself becoming frustrated at the apparent lack of visible change, step back and focus on something other than your relationship for a while there, Sag. When you're feeling more detached, you'll be in a better position to notice any improvements. So if you've invested enough time, then take a moment to evaluate your progress and are your efforts bearing fruit, Sag? Are you seeing the desired changes in your interactions with others? So if yes, excellent, carry on. If not, then maybe it's time to shift your approach. Look for an alternative strategies to affect the change you desire there, Sag. What works for one person may not work for another. So when working on yourself, be sure that you're being true to who you are and not simply following society's formula for relationships there. Okay, Sag? So for a clarifier for your desires there, Sagittarius, is you received the Walrus card, and it says remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. Okay. So signs and omens, that show up in a myriad of ways, from the wind's rustle of the trees that make it seem as if they're whispering to you at a very barely audible level, to the rainbow that appears just before an event in which you're participating. So when you're pondering any kind of question about your life's purpose, relationships, career, or even everyday concerns, such as whether to actually take the vacation you've been planning, you can ask Spirit to give you a clear and specific signs. So Sag, then watch and listen and feel how and allow thoughts to flow. So while you may not always get absolutely clear responses, more than often not, you'll pick up signs or clues through your eyes, your ears, sensations in your body, or thoughts that seem to come from out of the blue. So you may even have a vivid or remarkably lucid dream that you can easily recall in the morning. So Sag, look for the unusual and repetitious. For example, if you hear someone at the supermarket talking about Phoenix, spot a billboard advertisement with the word Phoenix prominently displayed, and then recall a period of time when you lived in that city feeling a calmness and joy. When you bring up that memory, these are all clues, right? So it could be about the city of Phoenix, Arizona, or it could be a subtle way that spirit guide Phoenix is calling you, offering his help when you're ending one cycle completely and beginning the next one, as in the metaphor of the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? So Sag, omens are perceived in the four ways mentioned. So if you don't get clear signs right away, keep your questions or concerns in your consciousness for the next few days. Journal about anything you find significant and look for repetition. So when you see an animal showing up or repeatedly, it's most likely an indication that your spirit guide is present. So trust the signs in your discernment of them, and they're one significant way that spirit guides you along your path as well. There, Sagittarius. Okay. So for your third position in the 5 card spread there, Sagittarius, is your helpful messages. Okay, so I'll put those aside. And you received the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so this is this chakra is the color of yellow. The sound is the ram. The element is fire, and the glands are the pancreas and the adrenal gland. Okay, so the solar plexus chakra is located above the navel area and just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, and self-esteem and confidence. So, Sag, the chakra is associated with claristing inner feelings, which is the major psychic reception area. So, to strengthen this chakra, there's Sag, try this breathing exercise. Close your eyes, and as you inhale deeply through your nose, breathe in the color yellow. See it coming from a glowing, brilliant sun. Send this vital energy to your solar plexus. Exhale through your mouth all energies that don't serve you. Believe that you can have the relationships you desire, and you will. So this exercise can be used to energize any chakra simply by visualizing the appropriate color and color energy there, Sagittarius. Okay. So for a clarifier for your helpful messages there, Sagittarius, you received the boar, and it says, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. So, whatever difficulties you're experiencing right now, whether with a relationship, career path, or some other concern, dig in and rummage around until you discover how to solve the problem, Sag. Then take immediate action to remedy it. Every time you confront adverse situations in this way, you'll be uprooting those elements in your life that appear to be obstacles to fulfilling your purpose there, Sagittarius, okay? So life can sometimes be very uncooperative with your rational mind sense of order, and will at times even block your demands of how events or experiences should unfold, right? So, Saj, if you're living here on Earth, you're going to get your feet muddy sometimes, but it's no call for panic or drama or any crisis. Instead, take a couple deep breaths and view whatever problem you encounter as simply something that needs to be taken care of. As the old saying goes, there really are no problems, only creative possibilities. So, Saj, once you've emerged victorious, which means that you've either conquered your problem or changed your thinking about how you initially perceived the situation, you'll experience a surge of power and confidence. So remember that your power originates from source, expressed through you as you there, Sagittarius. So when you vanquish the illusion of the situation being a problem, you're not only feel a great sense of relief and freedom, but you also open the way for your heart, your mind, and your soul to be more in alignment with the will of spirit. So when you operate from that perspective, you can overcome anything there, Sagittarius. Okay. So for your fourth position in the 5 card spread is your challenges there, Sagittarius. Okay, and you received the move card, and that's the number 7 card. Okay, so Sag, now it's time to be proactive regarding matters of the heart. If you're looking for a relationship, take the initiative to find one. Take advantage of the many ways to meet your soulmate. This card is about action, only action, 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 right? If your current relationship is not moving in the direction you wish, do whatever is required to shift that direction. You're the master of your own destiny, and that includes your relationship, Sagittarius. So don't wait for others to make the first move to set the tone of the relationship. Take charge of it there, Sag. So creating and sustaining a good relationship requires discipline. So it's not enough to be in a relationship. You must invest in it as well, Sag, okay? So be present and focus on the relationship. Give every relationship the opportunity and the time that it needs and deserves to flourish and grow. So now is the time to focus on your needs and the needs of your partner, and make the effort to maintain healthy boundaries for yourself and to respect the boundaries of others there, Sag. So while rewarding relationships require effort, there must be a balanced effort from both partners. So perhaps it's time to examine your relationship. So are both partners putting forward equal effort to make the relationship work? Are you comfortable with the amount of effort your relationship requires of you? So if any relationship feels draining or it's not worth the effort, then perhaps it's time to move on there, Sagittarius. So for an affirmation, I take charge of my relationships, and so it is. Okay, so for clarifier there, Sagittarius, you received the honeybee. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So to reap all the sweetness that life has to offer, focus on compassion and forgiveness. Compassion means that you have heartfelt empathy for the suffering and misfortune of others, yet remain somewhat detached so you don't take on their sorrow and distress as your own. Forgiveness requires that you first acknowledge and accept responsibility for your judgments, rather than pretending they don't exist or professing to always sustain a non-judgmental attitude. So the next step is to release those judgments there, Sag. So to do so, think of someone past or present from whom you have judgments or criticism. Trust that the first person that comes to mind is the appropriate one to start with there, Sagittarius. So consider 2 or 3 specific criticisms that you have about that individual, preferably captured in one word, such as selfish or cold, and then find a quiet place, go inside, and look for that part of you that's exactly like what you're judging in the other person. So doing this, it may be a very prominent part of yourself, or rather a small aspect. You may identify by recalling times when you behaved in ways that resemble what you're criticizing. So once you discover that part of you, simply just say to it, I love you and forgive you. If necessary, repeat this 2 or 3 times and notice any emotions that come up. In the coming days, be aware of any feelings that arise that may be associated with this experience. And then practice this at least once daily for the next few days and watch what happens there, Sagittarius. Okay? So, for your final position in the 5-card spread is the outcome of your situation there, Sagittarius. So you received the flow card, and that is the number 10. So the energies around you at this time are positive and are driving you forward there, Sag. Let yourself flow with the energies and put them to good use. This is an opportune time to attract your heart's desires. Do you want more love, peace, or greater understanding? Is your heart calling out for a new relationship? Does your current relationship need more improvement? So focus on your desires and allow them to manifest by expecting them to, Sagittarius. At the same time, release yourself to the flow. Even greater than you ever could imagine might be heading your way, Sag. So project your desires, but also be open to new possibilities. So good fortune and joyful synchronicities come with the flow card. So open your heart and your arms wide and embrace what comes to you there, Sagittarius. So nothing is static in life. Life flows in cycles, expanding and contracting, changing and growing. So you may be entering a new cycle regarding matters of the heart. So welcome this new cycle. When a stone is tossed into a pond, the ripples flow with the water as they expand and grow. So you're in an exciting period of forward movement and expansion, Sag, and heading into the unknown. This forward movement may guide you into new relationships or out of old ones. In either case, know that the changes is for your highest good. The energy of expansion will help you grow into your new situation gracefully, safely, and comfortably. So for an affirmation, you can say this with me or not. I move forward with grace and ease, and so it is. Okay, Sag, so finally but not least, your outcome for your clarifier for your outcome of on the flow card is the Tiger. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you are capable of doing so. So being an effective and compassionate leader requires that you not know the art of balancing yin and yang, discerning when to advance and when to yield. So and to pay attention to the sublets and the flow of the group process while simultaneously staying attuned to your own intuitive voice. So whether your role as a leader applies to your family, your friends, employees, or a nation, you must listen to those around you and respond to their needs and strengths and compassion. So, and when you deem it necessary, you need to follow your own sensibilities, even though others may disagree with you. So, to the best of your ability, make your decisions based on what you determine to be the greatest good for the greatest good, rather than catering to self-serving needs. So, fear and doubt may arise at times, but don't let them deter you from your purpose. The best leaders aren't perfect, but they're willing to take calculated risks based on their own convictions and passionate desires to do the right thing. So on occasion, you may stumble or even fall, but don't let that impede the acceptance of the leadership you are being called to provide. Others are looking to you for guidance, so don't let it go to your head, but do let it go to your heart. Okay? So right on there, Sag. So that's it for your reading right now. Like I said in the beginning, if you had a question that needed answering, I'd answer it for you at the end of the reading. And the answer to your question is be assertive. Okay? So this situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your requests in order to satisfy others. So Sagittarius, remember that seeing to your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. Tailor your actions so that you can earn the respect from others that you deserve, and then move forward. There's Sagittarius. Okay, so finally but not least, I drew one from your Lightworker Oracle. Okay, and I'll do these for you, and then I'll check out your numbers at the end of this. Okay, so you received the Dark Night of the Soul, and that's the number 16 card. That's a doozy. Okay, so you were ready for a more real and radiant relationship with the divine. Your perceived ideas and safe limiting beliefs may be sacrificed in order for this to happen. To the divine, these are only the clothing of your spirit. They are impediments to the absolute intimacy the divine seeks with you. You might feel vulnerable or uncertain as the divine goes about stripping away those barriers. This is when you enter the dark night of the soul. You understand there is nothing to rely upon but the divine, and you will find it difficult to trust at times. The night will end, however, and the sweetness of the divine meant to feel exactly as you feel. The divine dawning your... Okay, sorry about that. The night will end, however, and the sweetness of the divine drawing in your heart shall render all worthwhile. But for now, you are meant to feel exactly as you feel. You are not doing something wrong. You are moving closer to the divine. So even though you're already on a spiritual path this lifetime, you can go deeper. Sometimes people know this and yet are afraid. Familiar with emotional drama, they are hesitant to let go of what they know, even if there is emotional suffering and mental anguish. That fear prevents them from being willing to trust in the loving hand reaching out to them. It might seem silly, yet letting go of fear to take hold of the hand of love can be extraordinarily difficult. If you don't trust that love will hold you, letting go can seem like allowing yourself to fall into an abyss. A feeling of madness may plague you, and you wonder if you are saying to leave a known world behind you to enter into the darkness of your own doubt and fear. You sense that the old self and the familiar ways will not survive in this dark night. Even if you know in your heart that this is the sort of spiritual death is an opening to new life, it can be profoundly confronting. So the only way to end the dark night is to go through it, to endure it and know that although you will not understand how it could be possible, it will transform itself into the sweetest grace. In time you shall be on your knees, not in despairing prayer, dearest child of love, but in gratitude, peace, and devotion. Through it begins, though it begins as a challenge, the dark night of the soul will become a saving grace. Love knows you are ready. No matter what you may think at this moment of struggle, you are ready to take the spiritual test and emerge more in love with the divine than ever. Remember, this is an advanced initiation and therefore challenging at a profound spiritual level. Therefore, get some support, even though you walk the path alone. Another can help you bear witness to your process and remind you that you are on your noble path of empowerment, love, and truth. Although you may feel your guidance has abandoned you, in truth, they are with you ever more closely, whispering words of encouragement, hope, and love. Look for the love within and let it guide you through the dark night. It will lead you faithfully and in perfect divine timing into the light of your sweetest morning. So for an invocation there, Sagittarius, the dark night of the soul is love calling me into light, calling me to let go of fear, to release my every doubt and say instead, I know that love is more real, more powerful than anything else. Always, so I accept love's power and grace. I invite the healing presence of unconditional divine love into my heart. Now, bring me the peace and spiritual blessings that I need to be freed from darkness and open to the sweet light of love's truth. May all beings being caught in the darkness be assisted by unconditional love to see, feel, and know that the path of love is theirs forever through my own free will. So be it, and so it is. So if you, tell me how you like those cards as well. They're Sagittarius, and if you guys like them at the end of the reading or not. Okay, so let's check out what numbers you on here. 9, 8, 7. I see that. There we go. 3, 7. So, what do we got going here? So you got 2 3s, 2 7s, a 16, a 1, a 50, and a 5, and a 10, and a 9. So you can go 9, 10, 10, 10. All right. So yeah, 2 7s, 2 3s, a 9, a 1, a 10, 16, and a 50. All right. Okay, so that, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Like I said in the beginning, if something didn't resonate with you, don't sweat it. It's not meant for you at that moment. Let it go to the universe. Thanks for coming out and supporting the channel. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It truly does help the channel grow. And we'll see you around again. Hopefully come back and check out the channel. Thanks a lot for coming out there, Sag. Have a great week. Namaste.